There.
Okay. Well, no. Yeah, it's still firing up. Okay, hopefully you can hear us now. I'm going to start over here. Welcome to the September 17th, 2024 Select Board meeting. First thing on the agenda is the town clerk.
All right. Just wanted to recap that we were at the elections training last Wednesday and Thursday. It was very informative. It was a very good refresher and had a lot of information. Secretary of State Shanna Bellows was there and Julie Flynn from elections, and it was just really good to be there. There were a lot of clerks. Very good experience, so thank you for your patience. Hiram and Porter were also there, so I apologize if you tried to get a registration done and all the clerks were out of town.
Yep, one of those days.
Thank you for your patience. We did take back Disability Rights of Maine was at the election training and kind of reviewed different things to incorporate in our facility. And like I said, the parking area in front of our handicap entrance, I think needs to be delineated or painted somehow. So.
Yeah, okay, I will do that. We're still going to have a problem with the bump out there, though.
Okay.
I have a ramp extension
Okay.
for wheelchairs that will fit that area. It's
Okay.
pretty heavy, thick, I mean super heavy duty
Yeah.
rubber. It'll butt right up against that lip and it'll be easier for, it's probably about that deep and wide enough to sit right in there.
Okay.
I used it when my mom was
Yeah,
living with us.
if somebody drives over it, is it going to break?
No.
Okay, good, if
Yeah.
we could use that.
Yep, I'll bring,
That'd be
and
good.
I'll bring it in before the election so we
Yeah,
can do a
yeah,
test.
we'll try it, perfect.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
All right,
We are going to do a series of trainings just to get ready for this election. We're expecting, of course, a lot of people and a lot going on. So we are going to have a couple meetings with our clerks and get a process situated. So yeah, it was really good.
good.
Other than that, I just got the follow-up issues from the annual town meeting. Just going to leave it there until we come to a, resolution, I guess, or some more information on those topics. And your tax collection updates are at the bottom.
Okay. Jen has contacted New Hampshire, or Jen or Debbie, one of you talked to New Hampshire DOT.
I did.
Okay, about getting a copy of whatever survey they're doing there.
Great.
So, don't know when, but hopefully we will get that.
Okay.
All right, let's see, circle around that. Okay, thank you. So the agenda has been approved. We signed the minutes from last week. Signed the warrant for this week. We have $25,554 that are going to be in bills that will be paid this week. And approve the bills for next week, to be paid next week. Review ads. We didn't have anything this week, I don't think, but we will have an ad for the next 2 weeks about the cannabis special town meeting, which is October
Did I send it to
3rd.
you?
Still haven't received the code enforcement officer report for August. We do have, no, I may be wrong here. Do we have the state police report here? Yes, we
Yeah.
do have the state police report here. Majority of the calls, and I don't know if state police really responds to all of these, because the majority of them are, the highest number of them are medical. So this is through dispatch. Whether they respond to those or not, I don't know. Can find that out. And otherwise, it's pretty much low numbers for everything. Okay. ACO report, we have not received. Planning board has a meeting, their regular meeting tomorrow at 6 p.m. Nothing for the appeals board at this point. And comprehensive plan.
David, there is an appointment sheet.
Yep. I figured that was on later.
Yeah, I didn't have room, so I put it up there, but.
Okay. Oh, I see. Appointment sheet. Yep. So we did sign an appointment sheet for Desiree Lyle for the appeals board. She was appointed last year, and her term expired in September. And so she has said she will serve more. Oh, thanks. All right. Let's see. We did get already, I believe, the rescue report for August. That would have been either last week or the week before. Yeah. Yeah. So we're not waiting on that right now. Okay. Then, general assistance, public hearing. We have to have a hearing on the general assistance ordinance every year. This will cover the period October 1st of this year through September 30th of next year. We usually do that in conjunction with our regular select board meeting. So I would recommend that we do that at our next meeting.
When?
Well, that's a good question.
Okay, let's just go with next meeting.
Yeah, next meeting at this point.
Right.
We're still discussing when our next meeting will be, so bear with us on that, folks. But yes, let's have that at our next meeting.
Okay.
Okay, Landvest, who manages the plantation, sent a survey wanting to know how we felt they were doing and how the public in general feels they're doing. That's going on the website, I believe, so people can look at that and comment if they would like. Workers' comp renewal application. All right, job description meanings. What are we looking for there? Is what we have not complete?
Oh, there was some terms there new terms that they'd used.
Oh,
And they
okay.
had them out in there, and I want to know exactly who was in that.
Okay, so you're waiting for them? or-
Yes, I'm
okay.
waiting for a reply back from them.
Okay. All right, very good. Then we have an abatement for People's Bank, who is now M&T. Apparently, we sent a personal property tax bill to both People's and M&T last year, and they didn't want to pay both of them. So we are abating the People's portion of it, and the M&T is probably already paid. Although I
Yes,
don't know
it
that.
is.
Okay. Okay. Spectrum, proposed underground fiber on Mountain Road. Jen, you want to fill us in on what you got there?
I do. I met with them Friday, and some administrators for the Homeowners Association, Saban, manager of the Province Lake Golf area. Basically, they want to do a directional bore down Mountain Road from the last telephone pole over to the corner of Mountain and Fox Hollow, or maybe it's Emery. What would happen if they hit rocks and maybe ledge is that they would bring cable up, and we're talking like a 1.5 inch diameter tube that they would put the cables through. So it's not huge. And they periodically will bring the cable up anyway, connect it, and then go back down to do the rest of it. I was concerned about what they would do with the cable as it came up and how they would finish that off in case plows hit, whatever. But they do put like a ground flush mount cap where they can access it if they need to. He thought maybe 4 of those would be what they would need. if they hit ledge and they couldn't go further, they would go across the road and come back. In terms of what we're concerned about, it's just Mountain Road. You know, anything that goes up Emery or Fox Hollow would be the golf course and the homeowners association. They just need approval from us to get it going. And I do have a map here if you want to see, basically, I'll just pass it around if you want, where Mountain Road is, and then, you know, what they explained to me was that there might be, where my circles are, like 4 caps that would come out.
Yeah. Well, you know, we want to get the town watered,
Yeah.
but the problem is, are we exposing our road if they have to go under it? And there was also some comment about blasting.
Last ditch effort, if that really is what it came to, and I'm not so sure that they were
Yeah.
being super serious about it, but I did ask what's the best and the worst. And that was brought up as, hitting ledge and not being able to go anywhere was that they would
Yeah.
blast through it, so.
Jeez. Yeah, I'm torn, I have to admit. I don't know where to go with this. Because if we start compromising the road,
How far off is that tube, off the road?
It's closer to the road than it is the line of trees. I was concerned about the trees. They're gorgeous row of old trees there, like root system, like how would that be affected? They don't want any of that to happen. They don't want to lose trees, they don't want to hit roots. They go down about 1.5 to 2 feet. So in terms of being under the road, it didn't sound like it would, and because it's so small, I don't think the road would be compromised at all.
not if they don't have to go under the road. It's going under the road that bothers me.
Even something that small, a 2-inch
Yeah,
bore.
I mean, it's the whole
2 feet
process.
under.
They're probably shooting water through it to get it through.
They use a rod.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, directional bore is obviously better than a trenching or
Oh,
having to dig up.
without a doubt, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not gonna compromise the road at all,
Yeah.
surface-wise.
right.
Well, they would have to get permission to cross the road anyway, wouldn't they? I mean, they
No.
can't just go and cross the road.
Well,
Well, I
they're
mein,
looking for our permission
yeah,
to do that.
that's, yeah.
Well, you can do this, but you can't do that.
Part of that road subsided when we got a really bad washout too. It was impassable during that really bad storm.
Yeah, wasn't that up close to,
It's right by the development there.
yep. Maya's ditched it. And it looks good.
How many residents are gonna be served by,
By the cable,
yeah,
by the fiber. Um,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
And then there's a new house being built too.
Well, oh, okay, so
Yep.
12 it
12.
looks like.
Yep,
12?
yep.
Yeah. Not a big number, but it's progress.
More than zero. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it kind of sounds like the opportunity is there for the HOA to also connect to it. Obviously, they'd have to figure out,
Oh, no,
How to
it's
do
going right
that.
to their house.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
it's just for the HOA.
Yes.
Well, yeah, for this subdivision.
Right,
Okay.
right,
Yeah.
right now.
Is the restaurant gonna get tied into it as well?
That wasn't brought up,
No?
yeah. I would,
They should already be.
I think they probably, they must
Because
be.
the last pole was
Yeah.
way past the restaurant.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Going in from
Yeah.
Province Lake Road.
I do have more information though on Spectrum and fiber in the town, so,
Good.
yep.
Well, I don't know. All I can say is, at this point, without knowing for sure, is I'm torn. Would you guys recommend it?
I would make a motion that we give them the go-ahead to continue with the project.
Including going under the road?
Mm-hmm.
Second.
If necessary. That's
Yeah.
only if necessary, and they certainly will do it. They can go around rocks, they
Right.
can, you come back up and go back down,
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not their favored way of doing it either, but.
yeah.
We
Second.
do this a lot.
Okay,
don't
so then, in favor of letting them go ahead? I would agree then with you guys. Okay, very
Okay.
good. They will be happy.
Yep, I will be happy. And if you want, if this is the good time to do it, while I was there, I did ask for a contact
Yeah,
for
sure.
Spectrum to ask about getting fiber, or at least improved internet to the town, and she gave me he gave me the name of a Shelley Winchenbach, who put me in touch with a Kate Gore with their governmental services, who said, yes, their plans are to expand Spectrum. Right now, they have plans to connect to 86 homes and look at the rest of the town as part of a grant called Reach Me grant. They definitely have plans to continue to reach as many houses as they can. I did ask her where, but that was what I just read to you. She wouldn't tell me because they're competitors. They don't want them to know where they're putting the fiber. But yes, they're looking at fiber unless the houses are so far out from what they can do with fiber, then they would look at another method. But so it sounds like it is in the works, and there's 86 homes that will be connected. I don't know when, but
Yeah.
yep. But the grant is there, and Parsonsfield is definitely part of it.
That's good.
Yep.
All right, thank you. Okay. Let's see here. Saco River Corridor, we got a notice of an application from an owner on Federal Road, wants to expand a porch, I believe it was, if I read that right. I glanced at it. I apologize, folks. It's
Yeah, it
a
just said
crazy day and I'm not real.
Yeah. I think it just said
Prepared for this.
expansion to construction.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's
Construct expansions
Yeah.
to an existing residence, yep. So by the way, Saco River Corridor applications are on file here while they're being worked on by the commission, so anybody can come in and look at them. I believe you can also see them on their website. We got a notice from Mills, what do I want to say? People we
Joe
better
Mills,
understand from,
Sand,
at least sometimes, that there's going to be a price increase after October from $9.50 a cubic yard to $10 a cubic yard. So we're going to recommend that we get, or that our contractors load up on sand during October. Now, we still have the issue of the Secocas Road sand and salt shed that needs some work, so we may ask the north contractor to hold off on a while. Okay, again, the special town meeting for the cannabis ordinance is going to be October 3rd at 6 p.m. And we move on to our own updates. Jen, what you got?
Yes, let's see.
No, there it is.
We talked about Elijah Fox appointees, right? Earlier.
Well, oh
Yep,
yeah.
we did. But, so we have 3 members that were elected to Piper Free Fund. And those 3 members have agreed to also take on the Elijah Fox appointment when we do that. And that'll be good for the town to have some input into how we can disperse those funds.
You need to vote on that?
Well, we would vote on the appointments.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing to vote on at this point.
Let's see, I did mention Spectrum. I got a letter from Judy Ingram, who would like us to put forth the idea that in the winter, people who have sidewalks in front of their houses need to keep them clear so that people can walk on them. And the reason she sent that email was because she wants to again mention how badly the sidewalks are in front of the Sugar and Spice. It says it to where they end opposite Bloomers. They're fairly good and safe except for in front of Chalmers, and this, that is, and she would like to know that if we use the Sidewalk Capital Reserve Fund to repair them. I did tell her that we are looking at grants to hopefully get something done and in place, but it wouldn't be just us, it would be the DOT, and we're on it.
Yep.
So that's from Judy.
I mean, if there's enough grant money available, we don't need DOT. I think we can do it on our own, but DOT was gonna put some money in, so
Interesting.
food for thought.
Yeah, definitely.
Of course, DOT was gonna do the work too,
Right.
so
Right.
they know
Right.
what needs to be done.
Yeah, because it's not just the sidewalk, it's the edge of the road that looks
Yeah.
like it's eroded away, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just going to plug again for our Fall Climate Fair, September 28th. It's a Saturday at 10 a.m. I did find out that the grant money has been increased to $75,000. So come on out and help us pick a project. Anything that would help with climate mitigation from solar to improving sidewalks and getting people out and walking to recreation and parks and all kinds of good stuff. So we'll have some fun and games, I hope. And go from there.
Good,
I think that's it.
thank you. Aaron, anything to add?
Yeah, so to jump on the grant train here, we did get notice of the USDA grant opportunity for food access retail expansion fund. They've created a new program for areas that are underserved by retail grocery stores. The grants and loans are for eligible food retailers and food retail suppliers. And so that information is out there. They wanted us to share that with everybody. The website for that is investinginfood.com. So there's some more information out there, but it's specific to grants and loans for food retailers and food retail suppliers. Recreation Committee. Daniel, thank you for posting. We've got some interested parties from your post, but we're still looking to add another couple people to the Recreation Committee. Looking to schedule a first meeting in early October. If there's anybody that's listening to this that is interested in joining, please reach out to myself, Danielle, or email selectman@parsonsfield, and we can get the appointments ready for hopefully a meeting, like I said, in early October. I've started to assemble some grants that are out there in terms of large amounts, local amounts, some main focused grants, and some that are nationally competitive that are out there that we could use. So kind of getting the ball rolling with that. So looking for some help with that. I know we've had a few people interested, so that's good. And then also Sockeye Valley Recreation Council. I wanted to discuss use of the town office gymnasium and the town office, the t-ball field out back, kind of offering those to SVRC for their programs. I know that I've talked to you guys about the struggles of having two little ones and having to drive half an hour to go to the closest field or the closest gymnasium that was available. And so I think opening up these facilities that we have would be good, but I wanted to kind of talk about that and see if we can give SVRC permission for winter sports, so basketball, gymnastics, and then obviously t-ball and other things on the field out back.
Yeah, we have offered the field
Yep.
in the past. It was not taken advantage of. Actually, I think they may have approached us on that.
Gotcha.
We need a couple of new benches at least out there. What's out there will give everybody splinters and probably
Yep.
will fall out when two people sit on, or fall down when two people sit on it. So there's a little bit of work there, and the field itself, I don't know. I don't know how rough it is. I'm not sure how much that matters for t-ball, but hey,
Right.
yeah. So anyways, yeah, I certainly have no problem with that. In terms of inside use, it's really a scheduling issue, I think. We just need to make sure that there are no conflicts,
Yep.
and
No
yeah,
opening and closing.
We've offered it twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they've never followed through with it.
right,
The Sockeye Valley Rec Council got in touch with me about a program for using the gym, and, I was more than happy to open up, close up, whatever they needed to do, and it just kind of went away, and nobody ever got back to me about it. So it's definitely been, is
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yep,
Gotcha.
yep.
I would love to leave here and go watch a T-ball game after work, or after
Yeah.
our meeting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you know, to go back on the grant thing, one of the grants I found was for improving youth T-ball and
Perfect.
baseball fields, and so it's a MLB, Major League Baseball driven grant program. So
Nice.
nationally competitive, but you know, again, that's something that you know rec committee would be able to work on.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I can reach out to them and kind of get the ball rolling on that process. And,
Yep. Do you know
Sure.
And
Josie?
see. Yeah,
Okay.
and let you know kind of where it goes. But yeah, I don't have a problem coming over here and unlocking and locking back up, and probably half the time
You'll be here anyway.
I'll be here anyway. So
Oh, I do need to plug something else. Our youthful main food drive is Thursday at 3 o'clock. Okay?
Ah,
3
okay.
o'clock, yeah. So, come on by, pick up a bag.
All right, y'all set, Aaron?
that was it for me.
Okay, very good, thank you. Okay, let's see. First of all, we had our electronics drop-off on Saturday, and it went exceptionally well. People like to get an early start on things, and by 9 o'clock when we were supposed to start, half of the bins, or what are they called, galleys?
Gaylords.
Gaylords.
Called
okay.
Gaylords.
Half of the, I'm gonna call them boxes of
Okay.
bins, were full. And by 10 o'clock, we were overflowing, and it was just incredible. So we're still getting a lot of CRT TVs, which surprised us, although you could tell a lot of them had been out in the barn for a couple of years. And a lot of microwaves. Those, I think, were the two bulky items that we had a ton of. So we'll be looking at doing that again, probably in a couple of years. And stuff's already been picked up. It's gone. And we're just waiting for the bill. And thank you to everyone who helped out on that. Okay, let's see. We
Dave,
had
I-
our underground fuel tank inspection 2 weeks ago, I believe. They have to inspect, make sure there are no perceived leaks. There's an access hole next to the tank that they go down through, and they check all the piping that they can see, and they also put a moisture and other mitigator into the tank. So, and we passed, so that's good. They send that report to the state. It's a requirement yearly. Let's see, yesterday we had our ventilator maintenance done. They put new filters in all of the ventilators. They check all of the drive systems, lubricate as necessary, make sure there are no leaks in the heating loop, and everything should be maintained. So that's good. The Secocas Road salt shed is something we really need to get on because we're getting down to winter time here. Aaron has agreed to take that project and run with it. We never got, to my knowledge, the name or names of people who could help us out with the ties from the engineer. He said he was going to email that. When he left here, he said when he got back to the office. Now, I would have forgotten when I walked out the door, but
Okay.
I don't think he did it, so.
Yeah.
Did you get in touch with him, Dad? Thank you. And then there are a couple other things. I think we need to get our contractor in here who uses that shed and discuss
Okay.
issues with him.
Yeah, I can get in touch with Bill.
Okay,
Yeah,
why don't you,
I'll do that and let him know we probably sooner rather than later so we can maybe get the deal on the sand
Yeah.
somehow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
Just copy me on that.
okay.
Thank you.
let's see.
I'll let Maya know you're talking about this too, because
Yep.
he had.
Yeah,
he had-
Maya has some responsibility there.
Yep.
For the shed, yeah. It was noted today that our mowing contract is up, or will be up next month. This was unfortunately not noted before our town meeting. We had been in a multi-year contract with them. We'd really like to do that again, so, I mean, we're very pleased with the people that do the work, and they actually seem to enjoy coming out here. So I'm not sure, at some special town meeting, we're probably gonna ask for permission to go into a multi-year contract with them again. Although, I mean, I don't think we need to put it out to bid again, quite frankly.
No.
I mean, we're very pleased with them, and, yeah. And spent most of the day today going through our tax commitment information. There were a lot of updates that needed to be made, and went through a preliminary calculation. If we're right, I believe we're going up to about a mill rate of about 16.8, and that's, let's see,
16.8.
8 by 16.2. That's about over a 3% increase. So, quite frankly, with what we're doing, that's pretty good. Okay, some reminders. Again, the special town meeting for the cannabis ordinance is October 3rd at 6 p.m. We have a tire drop-off October 12th, Saturday. We are going to strictly enforce the 8-tire limit. We can't have trailers of tires being brought in, and tires have to be off the rims.
I'm sorry, do you want to make any changes to this,
To what?
to the tire ad?
I don't know it without
It's the
seeing
very
it.
last, I'm sorry, I thought I
Oh.
put it on the agenda.
You did,
and
well,
it isn't.
I see the ad, but,
The ad's the very last piece
Here.
of paper.
Yeah, I got it.
oh, you got,
All right,
I'm
let's see.
sorry.
Tire disposal drop-off, October 12th, 9 to noon, behind town office. Passenger. Okay, it needs to be only without rims,
Without rims,
Yeah.
okay?
8 tires per household. Yep, that's good. We also will not be taking any truck tires, anything bigger than a light truck tire, so those, first of all, are hard to handle, and second of all, we get hit with a very high disposal fee on those. Okay, that's tire drop-off. Renting the planning board room is not happening, right?
It's not happening.
Okay, yep, so
oh,
can scratch that. Community Cafe is next Wednesday at 11:30. If you're not signed up, apparently there's already a waiting list, so my guess is it's a little late for that. And I think that's it.
I did have one more thing.
Okay,
Sorry about that.
that's all right.
There was some correspondence from somebody who took a mattress over to Tri-Town to get rid of it.
Yeah,
Maybe it was several weeks ago now. But I did speak with them, and that was a misunderstanding on Tri-Town's part.
Okay,
We
good.
are allowed to take mattresses over.
okay.
They have several new staff, I believe,
Okay.
and it was just a misunderstanding on their part, so no problem. Everything except household trash, nothing in bags.
So they're taking sofas and
Yeah,
things like that
yeah,
now?
anything
Okay, 'cause
that-
they weren't for a while.
I know, they weren't, but that,
Okay.
yeah.
That's good, because that's the first I've heard that.
Yep. Nope, I did mention that the last time, that you will, pay a fee like the
Right,
rest of them
yeah.
do, but they can
Yeah.
take everything but household trash and nothing in bags,
Okay,
plastic
Great.
bags, so,
good.
yep.
Okay,
And what, no, I'm just kidding.
no, go ahead.
I'm just kidding,
Oh, okay.
Jen.
just kidding.
Okay, I think we're gonna close the meeting. We have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor? Done.
Second,
Seconded.
thank you. Thanks, folks. We'll see you next week. We're not sure when, so keep an eye on
Right.
the website and Facebook, because we're adjusting things a little bit and we're trying to figure it out. So,
Okay, so the,
hang on.